Yeah, so the idea is doing this big boat trip next year. I'm around boats a lot, and I was down at the marina, down at Oak Bay Marina, one evening, and this little gaff-rigged dinghy went out for sale, and the lighting was beautiful, and so I did a painting of it. It's quite something odd for me because I've been doing the figure work for so long, and so I did the painting, took it into the gallery, and everyone was like, wow, and it sold really fast. So I thought, you know, well, that could be interesting, and so now I'm involved with the Royal Vic Yacht Club, and you know, all the different cruising associations. It makes sense to do some marine paintings, and I've often shied away from the marine paintings because my dad was a marine artist, and you know, and that's kind of his territory, and you can't really cross that. But then I thought, well, no, this is legitimate. I'm going to be going away on a long cruise, and I'm going to be surrounded by boats all the time. It makes sense to. I'm going to be painting along the way, collecting material for paintings and potentially commissions. So I thought, instead of fighting the fact that or resisting the fact that Dad was a marine artist, do a show and do kind of a tribute to his work. And then this particular show all came about because I was down in Port Townsend. I sailed down there for the Wooden Boat Festival about 2 or 3 months ago, and they were having a schooner race. And so initially my plan was to paint little local sailboats, but when we had all these schooners around, it just made some fabulous material. And so pretty much the entire show is material collected from the big schooner race down in Port Townsend. So yeah.
This is my wife Sherry. This is Heather.
Hey Sherry, nice to meet you.
You have Santa Barbara here, and then you have it's like the little Cape Horn. Yeah. Down in the power. So we incorporate. We can decide on the summer. Well, were you totally realize that are out there fishing that day?
So the idea behind this painting, this is an unusual painting in the show, and it came to me because I take the kids to Tofino each year, and my youngest daughter Sarah is 14 now, and she loves to surf. So we go each year, and this year we're walking on the beach. There's a lot about the Enbridge and Gateway Pipeline in the news and all that thing that's going on, and I thought, walking down the beach, what would we like to actually see a freighter here? Because I think we all know that it's a possibility that accidents happen, but we tend not to think about it, and we certainly tend not to visualize what it would look like to have an oil tanker wrecked on your favorite beach. And there's so many popular spots along the coast. I thought, that could make quite an interesting series. Do a wreck on the beach, and because everyone has their favorite spot, it would affect different people in different ways. And the idea kind of came to me from, I don't know if you remember, years ago there was a guy that was doing anti-nuclear protests, and he painted famous landmarks being destroyed by nuclear explosions. So you nuked the White House, you nuked Disneyland, you got in all kinds of legal trouble for it, but it was a good way to show people, just to give them an idea, a visual of what would it look like if something like this happened. So the idea behind this painting was I wanted to show an oil spill, but I also wanted to show it in kind of an attractive fashion, because the landscape is beautiful, and it's almost the idea being a contrast. So you've still got the beautiful landscape or seascape, but you've got this sort of ugly idea that this could happen mixed in. So it is meant to be a contrast, and And it was painted, actually, my partner is very opposed to the Gateway Pipeline. She went down to the legislature for the protest. And I thought, you know, the best thing that I could do, instead of going down there and just being a body, is do a painting. So the idea came to me in probably September, but I started the painting on the day of the protest, and a few days later, I think 2 or 3 days later, it was done. And then I put it on the internet, passed it around to a few friends, and my boat partner, the guy that I'm a partner on the boat with, he said, you know what we should really do is try to use social media to get this out. So let's send it out to all our friends and have them send it on to some people, send it on to whoever they thought of. And that's what they wanted doing. So it got passed all over the place. Been in touch with the Defend Our Coast you know, people, and the idea was really not to, you know, it's not a lot of money if it sells, but try to get some impact out of it. And the idea too with the reflection in the painting here, it's a natural reflection of the light, but it kind of has an oil slick type feeling to it, and I wanted it kind of sharp edged. It almost looks like an alligator, crocodile, or wolf, or something like that. So it's a natural kind of scene without the boat, and I like the way that the reflection in the sand came off looking like an oil slick, and that's where that came from. Shows all weather information from when they started recording it.
No, it's starting to wash up on the west coast. So we're on the west coast.
Well, one of the thoughts that we're thinking was that you have to follow. So you have to go east for a while before you can start going south to get the trade winds. So it's already locked up in 99 right now. So we build a full 15-inch scale model. Some bold races to our website. So that's the idea.
This way.
So there's going to be a lot of boats in my life.
Your sailing love first.
Yeah.